Hi and welcome to 808 Vlog with Jan Addams Design. Today is Travel Tips Tuesday for baby boomers, or as we're known in some circles, Zoomers. We like to travel. We like to have our experiences, whether they're shows and theater or whether we like to go to the beach or the mountains. It doesn't matter. We like to travel. One of the things that I would like travel agents to know about boomers and Zoomers is that we like to have convenience. We like to have things done for us. One of the experiences that I've had recently was at the airport. The airport, as we get older, can be highly confusing and very distressing for those that are older. I'm not really thinking of myself at this point, but yes, I am, because you go into the place now, depending on security, and you're not exactly sure which gate to go to, and then when you do get there, it's just all the security things that you need. So if there's a way to make your travel easier, do it ahead of time. For example, make your seat selection before you go, so you have that ahead of time. Print off your tickets if you have to. You still, a lot of times, even have to show your passport and everything else anyways, but it's helpful to have the printed copy in your hand just in case your phone dies or anything like that. There's still something about having a print that's important, because most of the time then when you purchase a ticket, it's done online now, unless you're doing it through a travel agent. But they're still going to send you an e-ticket so that you've got it. So again, my tip to you is print it off, keep it with your passport, keep it with your travel documents so that you've got everything. And also keep a copy of it. Take a print, a picture of it or whatever, have it on your phone, and also keep a copy of it at home with whoever is looking after your home, your pets, any of that, so that in case something gets lost, you have backup documents. Very important. Especially if you lose your passport, if you lose your driver's license, your wallet, anything like that, that can go wrong. Make sure you have pictures of all of your ID. It'll just make anything that happens, believe me, I've lost my ID and it's a nightmare. So you want to do some proactive experiences, proactive things to do before you travel. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you get there in plenty of time so that you don't have the stress of, running to the gate. There's nothing worse as we get older than being stressed due to timeline. So make sure that you get there a little bit early. I suggest that you get there between half an hour to an hour before you're supposed to be there, so that you can run through the security checks, you can go through your customs, and you can get your bags in, and now you can be calm. Because you know what? You never know about weather. You never know about traffic. You don't know what you're going to experience for parking at the other end, or taxi if you're taking a taxi there. So it's just better to leave that stress at home and get there ahead of time. Once you're at the airport, make sure that you keep your bags with you so that you've got everything accessible. In your carry-on, for example, put everything in little bags that might be questionable when you go through security. Make sure, they tell you to do that anyway, but I put it in little Ziploc bags and have it several items in my purse, whether it is medication, whether it's lipsticks or hand balms or any of that kind of thing. That's another thing. Don't put lotion on because they do not like lotion on. I'm not sure exactly what that's all about, but they don't want lotion on your hands. There's something to do with security. I'm not sure what. But make it easy for yourself when you get there. Wear slip-on shoes or, anything that makes easier if you have to take your shoes off. Anything that's in your bag, make it easy to take out. Look for carry-on luggage that makes your life easy. Put your documents in a little folder or kind of like a manila folder, so you have everything in one place. Stick it inside the front part of your carry-on so that when it comes to getting to your gate or getting to the desk to show your ID or ask for a seat change or anything you do, you have everything all in one place. Just makes, again, life easy. So the other thing is when you're going through security, leave your jewelry in your bag. Do not wear a lot of metal on you, or else you'll end up sending off all kinds of beeps, and it's just aggravating for yourself, for everybody else. It's an embarrassment. You know, who needs that kind of stress? Nobody needs that kind of stress. Once you get through the gate, relax, take a breath, go get a cup of tea or coffee, and just sit and chill. Let everybody know that you got to the airport on time, that you need to, so that your loved ones actually understand that you are at the gate, so they can know, they can feel safe and calm that you are on your way. Also, print off your itinerary and send it via email to your loved ones so that they know what flight you're on. They know when you're supposed to arrive and when you're not supposed to arrive. My sons actually went off to, I think it was Panama. And I made sure that I had all of their documents, I had all of their flights, I had everything. And then they've got a thing called Flight Tracker. You can go on there and you can actually track the flight and see where it is in the air. You know what? As a mom, as a Merma, I'm a grandma, but I'm a Merma. You always want to make sure that your kids are safe. And guess what? They want to know you're safe too. So this just makes it so much easier for everybody concerned to know what flight you're on, where you're supposed to be, what your connections are, and when you're supposed to arrive, as well as where you are at your destination point. When you have all of those things in place, now you can start to relax. So when you land at the other end and you get all your luggage out, the next thing I would suggest that you do is you go and you ask at the front counter, especially if you haven't been there before, you go and ask for any specific places that these people who live there would recommend that you visit, or recommend that is probably not as good. Get a few little restaurants, get some shopping center areas, get places that you want to visit, some activities, because you will have something in place. Now, you probably should have done that before you arrived, but sometimes, when you get into travel books and you get into some of the different things, they're being paid to tell you what is a good place and not a good place. So if you talk to the locals, they know what's good. They will give you some experiences and there's nothing better than traveling like a local. So those are my travel tips for 808 Vlog with Jan Addams Design. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you soon.